Hey there singers, it's Lara with Vox Tape Studios, and today I'm going to show you how to adjust the key of any song recording. Why should you care about adjusting the key of a song recording? Well, have you ever tried to sing a song of the opposite gender and it was either way too low or way too high so you couldn't sing it? Maybe it wasn't even of the opposite gender. Maybe it was just too high or too low so you couldn't get to it. Thanks to the tool that I'm about to show you, you won't have that issue anymore. You'll be able to sing pretty much any song out there, and you can make the song fit your voice, not your voice fit the song. I am a firm believer in that because you want to sound the best you possibly can, don't you? Sure, it's amazing if you can sing Beyonce songs in their original key, but if it sounds better, a half step lower or maybe a full step lower or higher, then why wouldn't you want to do that? This amazing tool that I'm talking about is actually an app called Moises and is an absolute must-have for any singer, any musician really out there. To show you the vocal possibilities and opportunities that you have right here at your fingertips, I want to walk you through the app. When you first open the app, you of course need to add a song. You can do that by importing a song from any public URL, which is super amazing because then you don't even need to have your songs downloaded. You can import them from iTunes, or if you have a song file in your Dropbox or anywhere else, you can also import it through. At the next step, you can choose to separate the vocals from all the other instruments or even isolate the individual instruments as well. I'm gonna click 5-track separation just so you can see what happens and what that means, because this is an amazing feature that most vocalists don't really think about too much, but it can be really useful if you can't find a karaoke track to your favorite songs. It will then need some time to process, but it's only gonna take like a minute. It's super fast. Once it's done processing, open up your file and let's have some fun. At the top here, you can see all the different instruments that Moises was able to pick up and separate all the different instruments. So at the top, we have the vocals, then we have drums, guitar, keys, and additional sounds. So if we play the song, well, this is what the recording was like, right? Now, I can take out the vocals if I want to. All the things in my head I paint. Isn't this amazing? I love this feature because if you can't find a karaoke track to a song that you really want to sing, you can just import the song into Moises and delete the vocals, like separate the vocals and then just mute the vocals. And there you go. I showed this app to my student Brenda and she came back the next lesson and was like, I love this app so much because it helps me practice new songs. What she did was slowly turning down the volume of the vocals. So in the beginning, she could hear the vocals full, like at full volume, and then they would get quieter and quieter and quieter. So she could kind of check in with herself. Is she doing the right thing? Like, is she singing the right melody? Until the vocals were completely muted, and then she was able to sing the full song. And that's how you can learn a new song really quickly. So that's another nice little bonus. Now, if you want to, you can of course also adjust all the other instruments as well. If you don't want to hear that shaker, you can eliminate the shaker. If you don't want to hear the guitar, you can eliminate the guitar. This is totally up to you. You can have fun with this. Now, in addition to creating your own karaoke tracks by muting the vocals, there are 2 more features that are just absolutely amazing for singers. The first one is adjusting the tempo of the song. If we click on this metronome in the bottom left corner, you can see the BPM of the song, beats per minute. This tells you how fast the song is. I can adjust this. So if I play the song and then go to the metronome settings, I can make it faster.
And I look across the water.
Do you hear how it's getting faster?
And I think of all the things what you're doing in my head.
It's pretty fast now. Looks like it's lower.
Since I come home,
it's quite a bit slower, right? Maybe even slower.
And I miss your gentle head and the way you like.
And I can go back to the original by just clicking reset.
Come on over. Stop making a fool
out of me. That would be the original tempo, BPM of the song. Another cool feature is that I can turn on the metronome like this.
Stop making a fool.
Do you hear that?
Out of me.
This can be really useful if you're struggling a little bit with rhythms or keeping the right tempo, especially once you mute the vocals. And so forth, right? It can be really useful to just make sure you're keeping the right tempo. Now, the other cool feature is, of course, that you can change the key of any song. And this feature absolutely blows my mind. Of course, all the features blow my mind, but this one is just like, how on earth were you able to do this? To change the key, you need to click the note in the bottom right corner. Here, you have a scale that you can swipe on. If you swipe from right to left, the song gets higher, and if you swipe from left to right, the song gets lower. Let's listen to the original key and then see how it changes when we adjust the scale.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself.
That's the original
and
key.
I look across the water.
Let's go up a little bit.
And
Did you hear that?
I think about the things
What you doing?
in my head. I paint a picture.
Did you hear how I'm changing? Let's change just a little bit more.
Since I come home, well, my body's been a mess, and I miss your tender hip and the way you like the days.
Did you hear how it changed? Now, if you keep the vocals in there, as you could hear, Miss Amy Winehouse started to kind of sound like a chipmunk, right? Let's see what happens when we leave the voice in there.
Won't you
But
come
we make
on
it lower.
over?
Stop making a fool out of me. Oh, why don't you come on over, man?
Right? So it really distorts the vocals, and that's totally fine because you're not gonna, sing to the singer, but you're gonna sing to the karaoke track, okay? So make sure you mute the vocals and then play around with the key because then you won't really hear much. Right? All works perfectly fine. It's just the voice that gets distorted. I use this app to find the right key of a song to make it fit my prima voce, my sweet spot, to make sure I sound the best I possibly can. So if I sing this in the original key, if I'm... Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. That feels pretty good in my voice, but I know that the chorus goes just a little bit higher. Valerie, Valerie. Now this chorus, if I wanted to be a little bit more comfortable, I would probably take it down a half step. Let's see what that sounds like. Valerie, Valerie. That feels so easy in my voice, and I personally really like the lower range of my voice, so I like to sing low. And now I can even go lower and lower and lower, or I can go higher. Let's see what happens if I sing it higher. Plus 3. Let's do plus 3. Plus 3 is a lot. Let's see. Night dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? So as you can hear, this is way higher, and I would never sing the song in that key because it just doesn't sound as good as when I sing Valerie down here. Now, another thing besides taking it down a half step, I also want to make it just a tiny bit faster. So I'm gonna go to 200. Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water. I like this tempo. And I think of all the things, what you're doing. In my head, I paint a picture. So as you can see, I am changing the original song without touching any instruments whatsoever. This allows you to be really creative with songs and make them your own. Add your personal touch to these songs, which is super cool. So after you've been playing around with this for a little bit and you found the version that you really like, you can then go ahead and export it. So let's click on export. Here you have one last chance to mute or unmute certain instruments. I want to export this without the metronome and without the vocals, but the drums, the bass, the keys, and the other sounds as well. So I click on export, and then you can download each individual track or all the tracks in one. I usually just click on audio mix because that's all I need. And then I use MP3, but you can also use M4A, it's up to you. And then it's just exporting this real quick, and then you can send it to yourself. You can save it to your phone or your computer, whatever you want to do. I like to actually send these files to my students because I make these tracks for my students through this app, which is super fun. So I can airdrop it to people, I can send it to people through email or text, which is super convenient. Moises is also constantly working on adding new features, which is really exciting. Right now, the chord progression here at the top is in beta testing, and what they told me that they want to add is lyrics. So you will have the lyrics on the screen, and I'm super excited for that because then you really don't need anything anymore besides this app. Now here's the best part about this app. It is completely free for you to use. All you gotta do is download the app Moises, create an account, and you can use it for free for as long as you want. Some of the features are a little bit limited in the free version. For example, you can only change the pitch of a song so much. So if you need to adjust the key by a lot, like 4 or 5 half steps, you'll need the pro version. Same with the tempo, you can only change the tempo so much. I highly recommend that you do get the pro version. It is super affordable. I recommend that you get the annual version, and then it's only like $40 for an entire year where you can use this app. Every single one of my students that I have recommended this app to has done this, and they all absolutely love it. And I just wanted to share this app with you too, and not just with my students, because I truly believe that this is an app every singer needs in their life. To download the Moises app, all you gotta do is check out the description box below. I popped in the link at the very top for you, so you can access it and download it super quickly, and then you're ready to go and explore your voice, explore your vocal possibilities, because your world just opened up insanely, okay? I'm super excited for you to try this out, and please let me know in the comments below this video what your most favorite feature is about the Moises app. Check out these videos next for some vocal exercises for you to practice to improve your singing voice, or some Vocal Coach Reacts videos. Don't forget to like this video if you love this app as much as I do, and subscribe to get notified every time I upload a new video. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.